Ay, ay, ay. We have to keep it real about Islam. I already know that this is about to get demonetized hardcore. I'm not even tripping. I don't care. I don't care. I've had it up to here. I can't even believe I just stopped everything I was doing. I was about to go to bed. I was about to go to bed and just say, forget it. But the stories just keep popping up with this Islamic failed experiment that we're doing over here in the United States. It's freaking ridiculous. What's up, Magamat? We got to keep it real, man. There's just not enough. I know that because Muslims in America are pretty much considered a sacred cow. You can't criticize them or you're an Islamophobe. But if we don't talk about the problem and say it like it is, we can't do anything to resolve it. And the problem is, all these incompatibilities with their culture. So the most recent thing that I just saw, I was just watching a video by the Liberty Hound, and they're talking about how up in Minnesota, there are Muslim workers at Amazon, at an Amazon warehouse, and they're protesting because they're not able to pray 5 times a day and they can't get their prayer breaks. And I'm just like, first of all, you don't like, what do you expect Amazon to do? First of all, it's like the busy season this week. So anybody that works for Amazon, they're lucky to get their normal lunch break. So it's kind of ridiculous, like, what are you expecting to happen? The sense of entitlement is really what it boils down to. I talk about this a lot. It's the sense of entitlement. People feel like the world owes you something. The world doesn't owe you anything. But people just feel like, all right, well, I'm disenfranchised. I live over here, so I practice Islam and we pray 5 times a day. So everywhere I go, everything I do needs to accommodate me. American culture needs to bend around me, or they're Islamophobic, and I'm going to go to the media, and the media is going to fan the flames of this, and it's going to turn to some outrage, and we're going to need some corporate social justice activism. That's exactly what's happening. So on this Liberty Hound video, he talked about how Amazon's already accommodated them so much, allowing them to take the whole month of Ramadan off without having any consequences. They can leave early on Fridays. They can take extra prayer breaks, take extra time, but they're not happy enough. Like, it's one thing if you want accommodation, like, all right, can we not have any pork at the company cookout or have some alternative options there? But you can't just expect the entire country that you move to accommodate you when you're the minority. And it gets frustrating. This is how they tear apart the social fabric. This is why we have uprisings in places like France and Canada and Belgium and all the European countries, because you're flooding in people from another culture that's incompatible with yours, and they're trying to disenfranchise you from your culture by replacing it with theirs. And if you criticize them, oh, you're racist, you're xenophobic, you're Islamophobic, yada, yada, yada. You know how that talk track goes. But because the backlash is so harsh, it's hard to even speak about it. Like, I fully expect this video to, fingers crossed, hopefully there's no channel strike or anything like that, but I fully expect it to be demonetized because I'm criticizing Islam, and someone said it in the chat, they're the Fabergé eggs. You can't talk about them, just like you can't criticize Obama, anything in his presidency. If you're white, you cannot criticize Obama because that makes you racist. You can't criticize me because I'm black, and if you criticize me, that makes you racist. Like, enough with this bullshit. This is no. We need to call it what it is, speak it like it is, and talk straight. Just straight talk. That's the only way you can resolve a problem, is by calling it by its name. And Islam has infiltrated the West, and it's one thing to just come over here and practice your religion and everything, but you're trying to effectively force it on to everyone around you and expect our culture to formulate around you. So with this Amazon thing, they try to call it a race thing, like, oh, the reason why we're not able to pray 5 times a day, and you're not accommodating our faith, first of all, it's the workplace. Okay. You can't just expect, you can't even go in as a Christian and be like, you need Jesus, holding up your cross and throwing holy water on it. You can't do that in the workplace, regardless of what your religion is. But they feel like Islam should be accommodated in the workplace. Therefore, Amazon needs to change everything. And then they try to say, oh, it's because white people, it's because there's a lot of white people, and that's what it is. So it's racist. It's like, no, if I were the supervisor there, I would feel the same way. Like, hey, we got production. This is our busy season. We can't just have you leaving 5 times a day to go pray. You got to, I'll work with you as much as I can, but we're not going to change our entire company policy or our business model because of your faith. So they try to make it about race per usual. And then, again, like I said, if anybody wants to criticize it, they get labeled xenophobic, racist, Islamophobic, and that's wrong. And I just get so tiring, guys. That's my thing, is the constant like oppression Olympics between the Jews, the blacks, and Islams, and then Muslims, and then immigrants from wherever. It's all just a race. And of course, women. So basically, it comes back to, all right, if you're a straight, white, able-bodied, Christian, cisgendered male, you literally can't open your mouth. You can't criticize anyone around you, because as soon as you open your mouth to criticize anyone else, you are either, depending on who it is you're criticizing, you're racist, you're sexist, you're homophobe, Islamophobe, you're anti-Semitic. It just gets old, because for one, it's not even the straight, white, able-bodied Christian male that is the only person that sees a problem with what's going on in our society. I'm straight, able-bodied Christian male, but I'm not white, but I still have some of those same gripes. I still have a problem with, the same problems that they're having, like the same issues. And it's Hispanics feel the same way too. Women feel the same way too. They try to this is how they keep playing these identity politics. It's driving me up the wall, guys. I'm telling you so much. It makes me mad. It makes me mad because I see the erosion of our society when people can't talk about it. And when you try to talk about it, they'll suspend you from the internet. They'll shut you down. Did you guys see that Anthony Brian Logan got a channel strike? He couldn't do his live stream last night. Like, I don't understand what really happened. He posted about it, to community thing, and he said he got a channel strike, a community guidelines strike, and he's not able to live stream for 90 days. So, a lot of us tune into his channel twice a week when he does his live stream. So, and I'm sure that hurts his revenue. He's got to figure out a way around that. But that's someone who does controversial at all. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't use profanity. ABL's actually pretty PC compared to probably 90% of us on YouTube, and he gets a channel strike. See, this is why I set up my backup channel. This is why I have Mike Nibson Uncut, which, by the way, I need you guys to subscribe to, because I've only got like 330 plus subscribers on there. So I need you guys to go subscribe to that. If one of my moderators